Developing effective study habits. Studying is a skill. Being successful in school requires a high level of study skills. Students must first learn these skills, practice them, and develop effective study habits in order to be successful. Good study habits include many different skills: time management, self-discipline, concentration, memorization, organization, and effort. Characteristics of effective learning. Effective learning always involves tolerance of a certain amount of frustration. Mistakes and anxiety can make us to learn. Effective learning always demands a certain level of openness. Learning always involves a modification of what you already believe or know. Effective learning is a matter of skills and strategies that can be learned. However, there is no one method of effective learning. Discovering your learning preference. Knowing how you learn best is the first step in developing effective study habits. Every student approaches the task of learning differently, and has unique and personal learning style, through which learning comes more easily. Different learning styles include visual, auditory, or hands-on. However, some students develop more than one style. To improve as a visual learner, visualize what you are studying. Use color in your notes, that is, colored pens, highlighters, and etc. Visualize what the teacher is lecturing about. Draw pictures and diagrams. Use mind maps in your notes. Use pictures and graphics to reinforce learning. Learn from videos. To improve as an auditory learner, listen to tapes of recorded assignments. Tape record your own textbook reading. Read out loud. Talk over ideas from class and what you are studying with other students. Participate in class discussions. Listen to audio tapes on the subject. To improve as a hands-on learner, stand up and move around while you are studying. Take frequent breaks while studying. Make use of your hands and write things down as you study. Use the computer to reinforce learning. Be physically active, experiment with objects. Memorize or drill while walking or exercising. When to study. There are different types of study schedules that can help you to maintain effective study habits, such as daily reviews, weekly reviews, pre-exam reviews, and peak study times. Daily reviews. Study begins on the first day of class. Successful students read and review notes before each class, to recall information from the previous class, and to warm up for learning. Review your notes immediately after each class to reinforce learning, within a 24-hour period for best recall. Studies show that as much as 80% of material learned in class is forgotten within 24 hours if there is no review. Weekly reviews. At the end of the week, go over your notes for the week. This refreshes your memory and promotes better recall of the material. Repetition is the key to remembering. The more times you look at the material, the stronger you make the neural pathways that lead to the material. Pre-exam reviews. Usually from 3 to 5 hours. Break your study sessions into 1-hour blocks, with 10-minute breaks in between. The more active you are, the more effective your study time will be. Get up, stretch, get a drink, and move around during your break. A tired body only makes a tired mind. Peak study times. Study when you are at your peak, when you are more awake and alert, and able to absorb new information. If you are a morning person, your best study time is in the morning. If you are an evening person, study at night. If you cannot find time to study at your peak time, try to study when you are feeling relatively awake and alert. Time management. Plan your study time. Leave enough time for each of your subjects, and more time for difficult subjects. Prioritize your time and put off other activities to allow for adequate study time. Keep a weekly and monthly schedule planner in which to record due dates of assignments, presentations, and etc. Schedule study times daily in your planner. Be sure to plan extra time for long study sessions before exams, where applicable. Scheduling for your assignments. Some assignments will span a week, a month, or even a semester. You are likely to leave your assignments to the last minute if you don't schedule time for them in your daily schedule. Get started on time by allotting time for them, each assignment in your daily planner. Remember, assignments deadlines are not flexible in the university. Scheduling for student with jobs. If you have a full or part-time job, you probably have less time to study than non-working students. You must use your time very carefully. Your daily schedule should include a list of things to do, in order of priority. To be successful, you must have a sense of urgency about referring to your list and studying whenever an opportunity presents itself. Take advantage of spare moments, when you can study while waiting for a class to begin, when stuck in traffic, or while waiting for a doctor's appointment, and etc. Organize your study area. Study in an area that is set up for serious study. Have your tools for study. This include notebooks, textbooks, pens, pencils, computer, dictionary, thesaurus, and etc. Be sure the area is well lit, free from noise and distractions, and not too comfortable. Control for interruptions like phones ringing, doors opening and closing, and people coming and going. Try to study in the same place every day to make you respect the area. Students with children. Make studying a game by getting your children to help by holding study cards and talking to them about what you are studying. Ask for cooperation and reward them when they respect your study time. Attend to your child's needs first by spending time with them prior to studying. Plan study breaks with your children, or reward them with time together after you finish studying. Develop a routine, keep to a schedule, and give rewards for keeping the schedule. Ask other adults to help you with childcare at times when you must study alone, or find community activities such as daycare services. Find a playmate for your child while you study. How to study. Preview the chapter. Look at headings, subheadings, topic sentences, bold-faced and italicized words, pictures, diagrams, graphs, summaries, and etc. Read a section of the chapter, one subheading at a time. Put the book down and ask yourself what you just read. Did you understand what it was about? Could you answer questions about it? Could you explain it to someone else? Don't be afraid to mark your text. Use different colored highlighters for particularly important parts, but don't defeat the purpose of highlighting by overdoing it, or doing it in a rented book from the library. When you have read the chapter through, go back and take notes. Define terms, draw diagrams, and explain things in your own words. That is the secret of assignment writing. SQ3R, method of reading. That is, survey, question, read, recite, and review. Survey. Previewing your text gives you some background about topics you may have never encountered before. You pick up general information. You know where to find information. You gain a better idea of how the information is organized and presented. It opens up a place in your brain where the new information will be stored. It saves time by reducing the amount of time it takes to read the chapter. Question. Before you begin reading a section, turn the heading into a question. For example, If the heading is Basic Causes of Stress, your question would be, what are the basic causes of stress? This arouses your curiosity and increases your comprehension. It also brings to mind information you already know. The questions you ask will help to make important points stand out as you read. This forces you to think about what you are reading. Read. Read the material under the heading with the purpose of getting the answer to your question. Read with concentration. Identify the main ideas and highlight or underline them. Read sections at a time and stop to ask questions. Recite. This step requires that you recite out loud the answer to the question you asked prior to reading a section of the text. Say it in your own words. This way you will know if you have understood the material. Besides answering your questions, look away from the book and try to state in your own words what the reading is about. Review. After you have read the entire chapter, look over the notes you made to familiarize yourself with the important information. Check your memory by reciting the main points out loud. Then review the main points in your notes, making sure you understand them. Add to your notes from the text, if necessary. Always do a review of the chapter after completing your reading. Then do quick reviews before and after each class. Joining a study group. A good study group can be one of the most effective means of studying. It helps to combine the efforts of different minds, increase your storehouse of information, learn new study techniques, and allows you to share notes and information. It reinforces learning through discussion, questioning, repetition and reinforcement. If you can't find a study group, organize one. Set rules, limit the size of the group, and make it an effective study session, not a social gathering. Summary. Studying is a learned skill that requires practice. It is best to review your notes immediately after class. Start your assignments on time and schedule them against deadlines. Using your preferred learning style maximizes your learning potential. If you have children, it is usually best to schedule your study with the consideration of your children. Scheduling your study time in a daily planner is a useful practice. The SQ3R method is used for understanding your readings. You can maximize your study time by joining a study group. At Talent and Skills Hub, you can be supported by our instructors, academic skills advisors, and mentors for sessions on quality academic skills. You can book an appointment for one-to-one or group tutoring through our website, tshub.com.